Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 champions that have aged like fine wine. These are older champions in the game that have shown persistently how good they are, to the point where some are still meta relevant to this day. And because the term aging like fine wine can be considered for most champions in the game, we're gonna be covering this in different parts, with this being the first. In this one, we're gonna be covering champions from 2014 all the way up until 2017, and this does not include buffed champions at all. That would pretty much just complicate things and also make things a little bit weird, but do keep that in mind when we go through the list. Obviously, this list is subjective and it's basically just my opinion alone, and so if you actually disagree or think some changes could be made to it, do let me know down in the comments. But yeah, we start with spot number 10.
Ballerina cappuccina. Mi 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 mi. È la moglie di Cappuccino Assassino.
Coming in at spot number 10, we have a champion all the way from 2014, and that is OG Vision. A very simple champion with abilities that are pretty much just this short. He still holds up to be a great champion. Now, he's not the most impressive when it comes to damage, but the simple reason why he's here is the fact that his power drain is still very relevant, to the point where at one point Kabam actually tried to sell him to us as a 7-star, and though he's not really worth that much, you can't deny that he's a champion that has held his own pretty well. The fact that Deathless Vision without synergies is still comparable to this one, what does that tell you? Spot number 9, we have a bit of a controversial one, but that is Quake. A champion from 2016 that's currently 5-star locked, and I think we all know why. She can pretty much do any fight in the game, I think. Now, for those of you that don't know, Quake's playstyle revolves around her charging her heavy attack. She basically inflicts these charges onto the opponent, and once they expire, they take a lot of damage. She also has a safety net where if you're charging her heavy attack, then she evades the opponent's first hit, leading to matches where you don't even have to hit the opponent in order to kill them. But of course, that's why she only exists as a 5-star and lower. Despite this outdated and boring playstyle, it is one that pretty much just cheeses through every type of content in the game, and though she is a champion that has pretty much been deserted up until this point, the fact that Kabam hasn't given her to us as a 6-star or a 7-star yet pretty much tells you how strong this champion is, and also why she's on this list, but then again, people don't really use her, or rather, you can't use her. Hopefully that makes sense. Spot number 8, we have a champion that was one of, if not the most sought after champion once upon a time. A champion from 2017, and that is Blade. A true relic of the past, even though I wasn't there that time. But how does he hold up today? Well, he can do this.
Go special T. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh my god. Yo, and another one? Oh my. 23 seconds?
Now, after all those years, we do see some champions doing what he does much better, whether it's dealing more damage, gaining a lot of power, or even reducing the opponent's ability accuracy. Blade still holds up to this day and does those things pretty well. Now, the only downsides I would say he has is the fact that he needs certain synergies just so that he can get the danger sense, which makes fights go a lot faster. He still has the damage, he can lower the opponent's ability accuracy, he can even heal while he's awakened. The dude is still great. If you want more evidence of that, I would suggest you go check out Sammy on COC, cause he's the real Blade enthusiast, and if anyone can sell you on Blade, then it's most likely gonna be him. Spot number 7, we have a champion all the way from 2014, with some of the highest damage in the game, and it's pretty slept on to this day, Starlord. As old as he is and as simple as his kit is, the dude still holds up quite well. His awakened ability allows him to gain more attack the more hits that he actually has, maxing out at 400 hits, and oh my, his damage is better than most 2024 or even some 2025 champions, if we're being honest. It kinda makes you wonder why he's so slept on. The only reasons why I think people don't use him is maybe one, his drip. The dude definitely looks like he's from 2014. And two, the fact that he has little to no utility. Yes, his SP2 can armor break, power drain, heal block, and even put shock onto the opponent, but it's basically a gambler special tool, and neither of these are really that good. He might need a buff to make him a little bit more relevant, but the fact that he's on this list means that he can compete quite well. Coming in at spot number 6, we have another 2017 champion, and this one is Hela. I don't really know why this champion exists, cause the things I've seen from her are just... The reason why she's on this list is the fact that her heavy attack charge has no limit. There's no set amount of fury buffs that you can gain, meaning that you can build up to even 500 or something, which basically means that this champion has infinite amounts of potential when it comes to damage, with the only problem being, of course, you have to charge a heavy attack. There's only one safety net in her kit, being her awakened ability, giving her an indestructible buff lasting for a couple of seconds. Though her kit has a lot of flaws, the damage is just... yeah. And of course I can't talk about Hela without mentioning the Hela Tart himself, soloing Ares with a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star? Yep. Spot number 5, we have a champion released in 2014 with damage so crazy that they actually had to nerf her at one point, and that is Scarlet Witch. In terms of abilities, this is all of them. I don't know what was up with 2014, but even though the abilities are this short, this champion is absolutely busted. Now the reason why she's this high is because of three things. First is because she exists as a 7-star, meaning that her max potential already is much better than the other champions on this list. Reason number 2. Reason number 3, useful utility. Each time she crits, she has a 90% chance to nullify a buff on the opponent, and though it's not a 100% chance or anything like that, it is something useful that she has other than just damage. If you want to see her performance as a 7-star at rank 3, then I recommend you to check out Nick, cause he recently made a video covering her. Very straightforward, and I don't think any of us would doubt as to why she's on this list. Spot number 4, we have another 2017 champion, and that is Archangel. It's crazy to think that this dude only started to fall off after 7-star rank 3s were introduced, cause before that, this dude was meta relevant like crazy. His playstyle simply revolves around inflicting bleeds with his heavy attack, parrying in order to get the poisons up, and then converting them with the heavy attack into a neurotoxin. A very straightforward and simple loop, though his clear time does rely on RNG quite a bit. His greatness has not fallen off at all. The damage that the neurotoxins do is simply just mind-blowing. Not only that, but he can also lower the opponent's ability accuracy. The only thing that really holds this champion back is Kabam not giving him to us as a 7-star. In this day and age with 7-star rank 4s running all around, it doesn't feel that great to be using a 6-star against them, and so please Kabam, do what you gotta do. We already have 7-star Nick Fury, so why doesn't this dude? Spot number 3, a champion since the release of this game being 2014, still holding it down to this day, and that is Ronin, the Cheese King himself, who's pretty much just known for one thing, and that one thing is strong enough to the point where he deserves to be on this list. As long as the opponent has around 3 buffs or so, it doesn't matter if it's a 2-star Ronin, 3-star, 1-star, I don't even know if that exists, the stun lock cannot be stopped. Now you might say that other champions on this list deserve this spot way more than he does, but I don't think any of them come to mind when you think of a champion that aged like fine wine. This guy is literally 10 years old, performing the exact same, and even in matchups where you're not stun locking, I think his damage is still really good. Spot number 2 is a champion from 2017, and I kind of don't understand all the love that this champion gets. A trophy to Legacy's account, Stark Spiny. As old as he is, Kabam still thinks that he's so valuable to the point where they actually have him as a 7-star through challenges. Now again, I myself don't really see all the hype for what it's all about, but I do acknowledge how good of a champion he is. By dexing the opponent's attacks, he builds up poise charges which increase his damage by a lot. His heavy attack can power drain the opponent. The special one can also stun the opponent, which I heard carried accounts back in the day, but I wasn't there, I don't know. As a 7-star, he's definitely not the best, especially in the big 2025, but a lot of top tier players in this game still use him when it comes to places like Battlegrounds. He's like a tool that works for most situations, even if you don't really expect him to do well. The damage is definitely there, the power drain can come in handy quite a bit, and the evade can be a little bit annoying on defense. Coming in at spot number 1, the champion that is aged like the finest wine in MCOC, a champion from 2016, Hyperion. Bootleg Superman still holding it down to this day, and it's crazy to think about how underrated this champion is. First and foremost, he exists as a 7-star, meaning he'll still be relevant for a while, unlike some of the other champions on this list. His damage is absolutely incredible, with it sort of being in 2 different playstyles, him spamming the SB1s to incinerate the opponent down, and with the second one being just going for special 2s. The only downside that this champion has is the fact that his abilities are super reliant on RNG, to the point where in one fight he can be the best champion in the game, and in the next it might have been better to bring Deadpool. Now you definitely can argue which champion deserves spot number 1, but I put him above Stark Spidey because he was released in 2017, whereas Hyperion is a year older. But that brings us to the end of the video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, if the list was fine, if it was horrible. Make sure to join my Discord group, the link will be down in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!
Hi, my name is Carmen Winstead. I'm 17 years old. I am very similar to you. Did I mention to you that I'm dead? A few years ago, a group of girls pushed me down a sewer hole to try and embarrass me.